Welcome to 108 Gate, where we're looking at the current energy and the reading of that current energy. So it does feel like it's going to be a combined feminine masculine today. We'll see how it goes. So for now, let's keep rolling. Protection. So this is the third time I started this reading. There are different interruptions, different things coming up. Essentially, it still comes back to the same message. So there was a first one was it was basically, I'll just explain generally. There was energy of going ahead to do something and then being stopped and being limited, being restricted, and those limitations and restrictions are kind of revealing themselves right now. What I mean by kind of, it's as though you're having them as a realization of I could have actually pursued this hobby, I could have pursued this career, I could have done this opportunity, I could have done that, whatever. And then it's not about becoming angry or resentful about it. It's about acknowledging where, there you go, clarity. There's two that came out. Is it two? Yeah. It's about acknowledging where you could have excelled, but you haven't for whatever reason. Where you've been limited and restricted, where those are of other people's doing, or intentionally or not intentionally. It's like it's being revealed so that you can start healing from it more than anything. It's seeing where you may have held unconscious resentment or missing it, kind of like a piece of yourself is missing, like a something feels unfulfilled. So now it's a time to sit with it and allow for those parts of you to be healed, to be mended, to be if possible nurtured in a healthy way, so that you actually can possibly take up those opportunities if they're coming around again. So protection, needing to know that you are protected, needing to know that you can feel the movement of things, but they have been stuck. So it's like there's a stick in the wheel, there's a something stopping the wheel from turning, something stopping you from being on top of the world. Those kind of things are going to be revealed. Again, I'm going to reiterate it because it seems like the main point of this is not to get stuck in jealousy or resentment or anger, to move beyond that and get to the next point of, that was then, what can I do about it now? Look for the solution, look for the solution, look for the solution. And I know it's not going to be just that simple and straightforward, because emotionally you had invested in that on some level. This is feeling like it's definitely multi-level. It's definitely looking at your different aspects of your consciousness, different aspects of your emotional well-being. If something is missing, it hasn't been fulfilled, it hasn't been nurtured, and it just feels like that part of you is incomplete. How can you go about, one, identifying what that is, and two, completing it, making it feel nurtured, making it feel seen and attended to? So the masculine energy is, wow, okay. What keeps you, there's that energy of keeping you up. Okay, I knew I could feel that the cards are wanting to like double up. This one felt like it was two, it's not. Communicating to yourself about those things that keep you up at night, communicating to yourself truthfully about what's genuinely actually worrying you. So you may be thinking that you're worrying about something else, you may be diverting attention from certain important things. And it's about consciously asking yourself, what am I actually worried about? Yes, like for example, just an example, it's worried about money. but it's not necessarily the money you're worried about. Is what is it about the money you're worried about? Is it that you've got less coming in than before? Is it because you've just had a huge bill come in? Is it because you feel out of control from it? What exactly is it around money that you're worried about? It's not just, I'm worried about money. What is it around it that you're about it? Excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. What exactly is it that you're worried about? And then start picking it apart. How that is linked with being blocked from doing things or stopped from doing things. Let's have a quick look. So, 8 of Cups. There is these blocks. These blocks are not where you expect them to be, or it's not where you want them to be. What I mean by that is you have a certain perspective of people, a certain perspective of situations, of yourself, and you'll look around it as much as you possibly can because you don't want to admit the truth of what someone is capable of doing. So, for example, if someone was to stay in a really, really crappy kind of not safe relationship for an extra extended amount of time, why would they stay in that relationship? I'm not saying it's easy to leave it. I'm saying, why would they stay in that? How would they actually then come to leaving it, if they have or not? Why are they not leaving it? We might just then, somebody, should I say, may then just start telling themselves that it's okay, it's okay most of the time. It may be okay, in truth, only 10% of the time, 20% of the time. You start making excuses for certain people, certain things. Oh, it's okay, they had a bad childhood, blah, 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 therefore it's okay. Why is it okay for you to be treated in a particular way? Why is it okay for you to have certain parts of your life put on hold or dismantled against your wishes? So these kind of things, like when we don't want to see the truth of people, this is one of the things that keeps us stuck, because then we stay with it. This is saying, when you want to be on top of the world and your wheel is stopped from turning by some other thing, you need to walk away from it. And as you walk away from it, then you're going to be better able to be on top of the world. You're going to be better able to have the wheel turning. Otherwise, you're going to remain stuck. So the worries that you're worrying about, communicating to yourself in truth about who's involved, about their involvement, and then how you are enabling it possibly. You then need to be assertive. So this brings around you are protected to be assertive. You're protected enough that you can be assertive, and the clarity that's going to be coming up around the spirituality aspect is not getting stuck in resentment or anger or guilt or whatever it is. It's about what is the solution. Rise above it. Look at it from a higher perspective. Look at it from a higher awareness, and acknowledge the truth of what's going on. In the past, I have said the devil, when it was the death card, I can see clearly it's now the devil card. When that happened and I was watching it back, it was the devil hiding itself and bringing about certain ends that weren't ready to be ended, or was bringing about or needed to bring about certain ends with the death card, but wasn't allowing it to stop. This is the same kind of thing. So when the devil keeps coming in and keeps perpetuating the anguish, keeps perpetuating the anxiety, the worries, keeps putting, you take the stick out the wheel so it can turn again, and then it puts it back in. You calm yourself down, and you're all good, and you're all well, and everything's going well, and someone comes in and starts provoking you again. This is like this energy. I've talked about it a few times, I think, in this week, that it's going to keep coming up. You've got to be assertive. You've got to be strong. You've got to remember you're protected, and have that stamina to keep fighting it off. Keep fighting it off. Keep fighting it off. It's going to keep coming, but you've got to keep fighting it off. It may be thoughts, it may be actions, it may be an actual person, it may be a situation, it may be memories of a situation keep coming up. Just keep fighting it off. Don't get stuck in it. So for now, this is your today's reading. Check out the past divine feminine, divine masculine readings. There's also the playlist of the daily readings. This one will be in the daily reading. Actually, I'll put in the feminine and masculine too, possibly, because it is relevant to that yin yang within yourself, the anima animus. So, and also November readings are up, so you want to check those out, which will be in the individual zodiac playlist. So for now, stay calm, stay true to yourself, and lots of peace and love.